Hashtag FURRYPACK, and welcome to some Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on the PC, where I'm playing against bots with, all 12 enabled, and hope you all enjoy. But anyways, we got a couple of topics for tonight's video besides playing free-for-all against Black Ops 2 bots, and some of those topics actually are, mainly are YouTube related. So let's just get right into this video, shall we? So, what I want to go ahead and talk about is YouTube problems, and some of the biggest YouTube problems are the fact that, well, shit, for one, we're getting demonetized heavily by YouTube. A lot of people are getting drops from the YouTube Partner Program, getting drops from their networkships where they can't even make at least $1 anymore if you're a small creator, or maybe there's a couple YouTubers out there that are lucky enough to actually be making quite a decent amount of cash that probably is actually their main source of income. Because it probably is their, job. Because they just got lucky. Right? And also, we got problems besides just not being able to make cash anymore on YouTube, where it's just a lot of people heavily clickbaiting. We got a lot of people, submitting copyright strikes or copyright claims, which are two different things, if you don't know that. And then we also go ahead and got issues where we got a whole lot of people just leeching off people, betraying people off on YouTube, and we got people that go ahead and just take advantage of their platforms, don't care about their fan base that they grown, that are lucky to have, and then we got people that stay really humble. So, obviously it really sucks when a whole lot of shit happens and on YouTube, and a couple big creators, or one creator, or a span of multiple different creators ruin it for everybody on the platform, and people get dropped from the YouTube Partner Program. Nobody wanted this to happen. Everything was fine a couple years back ago, but yet sadly shit went down, shit happened, and we got completely screwed over. And so many people went ahead and got dropped out of the YouTube Partner Program. Some people are struggling to meet the requirements to go ahead and get back in, and then there's some people where they met those requirements, but YouTube is taking forever to go ahead and then actually review the channel has met the requirements and allow them back in our partner program. And what's a shame is, some of these YouTubers out there, they don't do YouTube for the money or anything, but they do make quite a good amount to make it their living, or their main source of income, obviously, to go ahead and pay off important bills, rent, and everything like that. And obviously when people can't go ahead and do that anymore, they have to get a job, which means they have to focus less on the channel. And some people completely do not focus on the channel completely anymore and just straight up quit to go find a new career path, even though they really enjoyed YouTube. And there's a lot of people out there that actually do YouTube because they enjoy and want to provide good content, but some of those people did have YouTube as their only source of income, and it's kind of a shame we don't have that anymore, right, for some of those people, because we lost a lot of great creators. Now, another thing that is just a complete shame is one of the, people abusing the copyright or strike system. We got into a point where in 2019 you can't give criticism anymore to certain YouTubers. You just cannot at all. If you go ahead and give some criticism to anybody nowadays, you're just completely screwed. And I mean literally screwed. And I mean, some of these people will go ahead and literally abuse the strike system to strike down your video to try to get it removed and taken down on YouTube because they can't handle simple criticism anymore. And it's quite such a shame that we got people out there just doing that, and nobody wants that, obviously. Or we got people out there where they they find, let's say they were using a free song, a song that's relatively free, you could use it in any video, all you had to do was give credit in the description or in the cards or something, and then people do that, and then next thing you know, people decide to copyright claim your video and take all of your ad earnings, especially if the video is doing really well, and they notice that at the very beginning stage of it gaining some views, they decide, you know what, I'm going to give you a copyright claim and take away all of your ad earnings and make it all mine. It's really such annoying when people abuse certain things like that, and nobody wants that. It's really, really annoying, and it's a huge major problem. Another major problem that I really hate, that I really dislike, is when big content creators go ahead and cause so much controversy, cause so much problems on the platform, and when action is taking place by YouTube, they decide to go ahead and take it out across everybody on the platform, and not just the big content creators that fucked up. So many content creators out there that are really big, have a huge following, are liked and idoled, or just, are favorites, are well protected by YouTube. But the second they fuck up, they want to go ahead and blame it on the fans, they want to blame it on the smaller creators, and they don't just want to only go ahead and punish the big creator that caused one of the big problems, which is really, really annoying. However, now we're going to get to the motivational part about YouTube. And this is where it comes to what a lot of YouTubers suffer. And I mean almost, I would say a good, like a good high, like 70% of creators are like this, where maybe even higher, like 80 or something, who knows, maybe 90. I mean, the number is really high. I don't know how high it is, but I know for sure it's higher than the amount of good people, where a lot of the creators out there, they mainly decide to go ahead and YouTube just for the sole purpose of being famous, just for gaining money. They want that attention, they have big egos. And then you got the good YouTubers out there, where they actually stay humble. They actually make content because they want to go ahead and express their creativity. They do it as a hobby, right? There's people that realize that, hey, there was a point in time where YouTube was meant to go ahead and just broadcast yourself. That's actually what the platform used to be called a couple years back. YouTube used to be called YouTube Broadcast Yourself, and then they completely dropped the broadcast yourself out of the name to where now it's just YouTube. And obviously, years back, nobody had ads, nobody was getting sponsorships, and nobody was making money off these videos. It was just simply a platform where you could share videos, and that's really it. Share your creativity. Then eventually we got into the point where we got advertisers popping up, we got sponsorships coming up, and everybody wanted to be big old famous, wanted to get money, wanted to get sponsors, and YouTube completely evolved. Now there's still people out there that treat YouTube as a place as, just doing it as a hobby. Some people will go ahead and actually make it the job because, it's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be able to upload a video and get money off it and make that your job. And obviously, who wouldn't want to do that? But at the same time, that's a good thing for those people, and they should be allowed to do that. But the thing is, when you get to the point where all you're doing is flexing on your supporters, on your fans, got you to be to a certain position where you're able to go ahead and do YouTube as a job. When it comes to the point where you're just being an asshole, showing off, being all this and that you weren't in the beginning, that's really annoying, and you shouldn't be like that. We want people to stay true, we want people that will be humble, we want people that are trustworthy, I guess, to go ahead and actually be successful. We don't just want a whole bunch of dicks and douchebags out there all the time. I mean, we want people that can actually be more, I guess, of a role model or something like that, right? Or even if you're not a role model, at least just don't be a total asshole and just only flex on your fans and all that. We don't need those kind of people out there. I mean, that just makes you look bad. It just goes ahead and eventually ruins you later in the future, where people start to realize, oh, hey, you're an asshole, we're going to stop supporting you, and then you become irrelevant, and then next thing you know, you're going to start trying to leech off other people that are popping just to be relevant again, and we don't need that kind of shit. But then you get a lot of content creators out there where they know they got money, they know they got fans and all that, but they still are really humble people. They still give back a lot, they still go ahead and provide quality content that they did in the beginning, right? They still look at YouTube as a hobby and, do other things with their life besides just making content. Maybe to go ahead and have a natural career if they choose to do, or even if they don't have another job. I mean, they still go ahead and don't treat YouTube as a job. They still treat it as something they just go ahead and enjoy to do. That's fun. YouTube should be fun. It shouldn't be stressful. It shouldn't be counted as, a job at all times. Even if it is your job where you're making money and that's your main source of income, it should still be treated as a fun hobby regardless, because you want to be happy. You want to be sane. I mean, you don't want to go crazy because you're not making a freaking dollar. I mean, jeez, man. It should be something you enjoy to do. It should be something where you're motivated to do every single day if you do it daily, or you're motivated to do it every few days or every once in a while, right? It shouldn't be something where you have to get up, be really stressful, be over worried about it, and, go nuts over. No. So that's really it about this video. Just saying, you know, YouTube has a lot of problems, but there are also a lot of good upsides about it. And I didn't want to go like super into detail, but I just really wanted to randomly talk about these certain kind of things. And that's really about it. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment. If you didn't, too bad, get out of here. But thank you to all those awesome supporters that helped me out with my channel. And see you all in the next video or live stream that I do. And peace out, #FurryPack, RARXD.